for us, and we will be underway. So we're going to take a look at Catherine Nyxsera's list on the left side here. We got Dash Rendar, folks. Dash Rendar, an I-5. While you move, you ignore obstacles, but with Sensor Blind Spot, you do not get your range bonus of range 1 when performing an attack at range 0 to 1. With Bistan, who also went down, so Dash and Bistan went down significantly in points. I think 14 total between the two of them. After you perform a primary attack, if you are focused, you may perform a bonus turret attack against a ship you have not already attacked this round. Of course, you have to pair that with Perceptive Co-Pilot. Get 2 focuses when you focus. Outrider, while you perform an obstructed attack, the defender rolls 1 fewer defense die. And after you fully execute a maneuver, if you move through or overlapped an obstacle, you may remove one of your red or orange tokens. So pretty good. You go through debris, you don't even suffer the effects, or you get to clear a stress going through debris. You fully execute Contraband Cybernetics to round out Dash. That is a pretty thick Dash, totaling at 119 points. And then we got Luke, of course, with S-Foils. After you become a defender, before dice rolled, you recover that force. Instinctive Aim. Basically, you spend a force, ignore the requirements for the proton torpedoes that she has equipped here. We got R5 Astromech and munitions failsafe. We'll take a look at Andrew's list on the right. We've got some unfamiliar faces. We do have our Decimator, but we have it with Oiken, not Rack. You can perform primary attacks at range 0 with Intimidation and Dauntless. So that's a pretty good combo, pretty cheap combo for that Decimator. I think that could be pretty effective for Andrew, especially getting up close with Dash. Then you got 2 Baron of the Empires, no chassis there. With Ruthless, while you perform an attack, you may choose another friendly ship at range 0 to 1 of the defender. If you do, that ship suffers 1 damage, and you may change one of your die results to a damage result. Fire control system and ion missiles, got 2 of those. And lastly, rounding out Merrick Steel, while you perform an attack of the defender, would be dealt a face-up damage card. Instead, draw 3 damage cards, choose one, and discard the rest. Kind of reminds me of Thane Kyrell's ability. They're both just such nasty abilities when you get them to trigger, but unfortunately, neither of them seem to stick around long enough to take advantage of that. So we'll see how Andrew uses Merrick in this game. We got Marksmanship, so Bullseye, change a hit to a crit. That pairs well with Merrick's ability, and of course FCS. TIE Advance X1s, love having that fire control system. It is a must. Not a may, but a must. And I believe they're ready to go. Let's see. Just make sure. How is everybody doing today? I'm going to start the poll, the main poll, to just see who you guys think is going to win this game. So let me start that poll now before I forget. Something that I tend to forget. All right. Poll overlay. There it is. Let's put that over here. Make it a little bit smaller for us. Cool, 1 or 2, Andrew or Catherine. Be sure to vote. It's all you have to do is type 1 or 2, just like what Dion does. We're using the same poll overlay, so more simplistic style of thing. All right, and here we go. They have started the timer, and we are underway. Okay, so Catherine is the first player. Andrew did have a bid and elected to give her that first player token. So we're going to start it off with Oiken. Oiken just doing a 2 straight. I imagine Luke being on all the way on the other side. Catherine's going to try to flank and get off some good torpedo shots, whereas Andrew is probably going to be going all in on Dash. Of course, that is where the points mine is. 120 points practically. And the Barons, it's like they're all going to be doing 2 forwards, taking focuses. Yep, just kind of staying in a formation, coasting, not too fast, not overcommitting. My heart says 1. My head says 2. What do I do? Wait, other way around. My heart says 2. My head says 1. I don't know. This is a good matchup. I don't know if I can pick either. I'm also going to start betting if you guys want to bet as well. Let's see who wins, Andrew or Catherine. This will last 20 minutes. Might close it a little bit earlier. So I have a bunch of stuff you can redeem. Animations and stuff like that for points. So if you guys want to bet points, get points, that is one way to do it. But you have 0 credits. Wow. Yep. Hold on. I can add points to everybody because you guys aren't always here. So I can do that real quick. I go to loyalty, add points to all viewers, 1,000 points. There you go. That'll pop up in a second. I'm pretty sure I gave you points from last time though. Yeah, it doesn't really sound right that you have 0 points. What do I have right now? Okay. Yeah, you know what? You and I could probably have a like 6-hour complaint sesh about Streamlabs, man. You are not alone in that regard. I've had significant issues with Streamlabs. So Dash just kind of scooting forward, definitely going to be getting out of town. Dash can move pretty fast, so it looks like Andrew's going to be, might have to either readjust targets and go for Luke. Not exactly sure what the game plan is going to be here, though. What Andrew's going to do. Dash is going to be pretty far away pretty fast. I think I'll vote for Andrew. Andrew's my bud. Catherine's great. She really is a great player. But Andrew's one of the guys who's kind of become a staple of our local group here in Chicago. He's a great guy. So, no, my heart says both, but my inner heart says Andrew. So. And Catherine, of course, betting everything on herself. I won't be betting, though. Don't worry. I will not be placing a bet. I will not have any financial stake in this. Also, Catherine, do exclamation point bet Catherine. All. Nah, Catherine's. Oh, I have. Do I have them flipped? Well, I mean, you guys see their names. You see where they are. So it looks like I might have them flipped. Oh well. Yeah, I guess Catherine should technically be one. Bet 10,000 on herself. Okay. Okay. I like the optimism of using a decimator. Yeah, man. I'm not seeing enough decimators. This is something that like what do you guys think would be something that's just good for X-Wing? Just I would argue that seeing more decimators would be good for X-Wing. I also think other things that are good for X-Wing is seeing more creative lists, seeing the name pilots and the lore initiatives being used a little bit more. The multiplier's 3 times, but okay. Well, how about you bet? Because I think you have points now. I think you have 1,000. You should just bet all your points. Bet 5,000, Andrew. There we go. Oop, did that backwards. I'm really good at this, obviously. Well, Nickel City, I don't know what's going on, but I can manually give you points, so that might be what I have to do here, because it doesn't seem like Streamlabs likes you very much, and it follows you wherever you go. That's a shame. Shouldn't even be laughing. It's just really annoying. I sympathize. Gotta find you in the list here. Give me a second. I'm away for just a moment, looking here on my browser. Where are ya? This list is also wrong, I think, too, which is really helpful. Yeah, because I came in. Alright, let's try this again. Queued 1,000 loyalty point payout. Alright, well. He's emotionally invested. No! We got 9 people watching. How's it going, everybody? If you don't know who I am, what the hell is a 312 Squadron? This is my local group here in Chicago. I do work for Dion, though. I am the video editor for the Gold Squadron podcast. Proud video editor and table flipper. So hopefully you guys are all having a good day. You're staying safe out there. It's a really nice day out, so I think I'm going to take a nice step outside, get some fresh air after this, too. You guys see Andrew is completely committed to just riding the board edge there and probably going to be banking up. Don't think Catherine's going to have a great opportunity to flank with Luke. As she stated, she is not a big X-Wing fan either. Not a big, and by X-Wing, I literally mean the ship, not the game, of course. If you know Catherine, you know she likes Star Wars X-Wing. So what's the rivalry between 312 and GSP like? Well, I made my Twitch, and it's 312 Squadron is like, you know, I hopped in and told Dio, and I'm like, Dio, and I promise you I'm not copying you. He's like, you're copying everything I'm doing, you know, as a joke. He was joking with me. There's no rivalry. What's been really great is being able to be a part, to work for and be a part and play in the X-Wing community has made it so that this stream has a lot of viewers from Gold Squadron come here and watch X-Wing. I'd always stream when Dion, or I try to stream, especially X-Wing, when Dion's channel isn't live at all. Typically on days he's not broadcasting at all, just to give people more content. But just doing this, we started streaming our games in person like 6 or 7 months ago, and hopefully we'll get back to that eventually because I had a pretty good setup for that. And now we're just doing TTS for a while, you know, because of things and reasons. Yeah, you know, streaming, most of the following here is X-Wing followers. I have a few from playing, you know, Fallen Order and stuff and Empire at War, but I've tried to branch this out and made it a Star Wars channel as well, just because there's a decent number of us that stream X-Wing, and I you know there are other games that I know that X-Wing players like to play or would like to watch too. So it's like, oh, maybe have some fun with it. So, but yeah, you can't be streaming the same day Dion's streaming. He is the man. Which one? There's so many good mods. I tried the Republic mod and I've tried the Remake mod. They're both pretty good, although the Remake mod is like so visually stimulating. It's like it's overwhelming for me. All right, for those of you guys, we only have a few people that have voted, and we have twice as many people watching right now, so be sure to type 1 or 2 in the chat. 1 is for Andrew, who is on the right. It might be a little confusing. 2 is for Catherine. Just 1 or 2. Thrawn's Revenge. No, I actually haven't played Thrawn's Revenge, but I only ever see people talk about it. So I'm gonna need to. I might stream that actually because I'm trying to get back into playing Empire at War live. So that is something that I'm thinking about. Speaking of Thrawn, though, Thrawn in Forces of Corruption is one of my just favorite heroes. He is so good. The real question is, when will Defenders finally go down to 66 points? That is, you know, I saw Marcel talk about how he doesn't really think it's going to be that big of a deal if they go down so that you can fit 3. I'm kind of teetering on the edge of saying I really think that would be really obnoxious play experience, and still just an incredible challenge. Having the ability to 4K unlimited times and focus evade times 3 is terrifying. So I don't know what capacity that is. What am I trying to say? That is appropriate or that will work. But you know what? If FFG did something like, we're gonna try this, and if it goes to, you know, it goes to hell in a month, they do an emergency points change and just, you know, make that list illegal again or not playable, then that would work for me. But like, we know that FFG isn't really willing to tinker with points that consistently. That would probably throw off the mojo of the game as well. Vader and a Defender, 150 points. Yeah, Vader and a Defender would be something. So it's interesting what Andrew did with yellow, kind of now at an odd angle. Not... will see what he is up to. Dash, so looks like Catherine's probably gonna maybe do a one, like kind of slowly circle in, or maybe just a one forward. Have to take a look at Dash's dial. It's been a moment since I've played the Outrider. Let's see. Dash Rendar. Yep, so we got, wow, what a dial. Jeez. One hard, white, one bank, one forward, blue. Two hard, two bank, white, two forward, blue, and then has all the threes, a 4 and a 4K. Only red maneuver is a 4K though. But again, with that turret arc, don't think Dash is going to be doing K turns. Got a couple of hard turns here now. Reminder that the linked actions on those barons are really good. You have the ability to either do that boost focus or the barrel roll focus. Take a quick look at their card. So, basically like an A-wing in terms of those health stats. The 2 shields, 2 hull, 3 agility makes them pretty survivable. As you guys know, that they are pretty powerful when using the right list. But those linked actions are exceptional. That is really good action bar for sure. I think people are still remembering when you could do triple defenders. Yeah, I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have gotten into X-Wing really when 2.0 kind of just came out, so I didn't really have a lot of 1.0 experience really at all. It's not the kind of exposure that you guys and the PTSD that you guys are dealing with remembering all that stuff. So my perspective is a little warped, but I actually kind of like the fact that I just got into 2.0. I didn't have to really take a lot of baggage with me from 1.0 into 2.0. But also, like, some lists, like, you want some ships to be so good that you can run like a 2-ship list and it kind of just be stupid but a lot of fun at the same time. Talk about 1.0 like it's not. I mean, that's kind of funny. It's kind of true, isn't it? It is. All right, here's some dice being rolled, but I don't really know what's going on. Let's see. Oh, rolling for stress, I believe. Just a reminder, guys, Andrew has only played a little bit of TTS, so if it looks like he's hesitating for a second, I'm sure Catherine's helping him, but it's a casual game, so, if you guys want to break this down like it was a world's top 8 game, I highly suggest you go somewhere else. Yeah, I heard about the Phantoms as a 4 attack. I'm just not a fan of anything with 4 attack, to be honest. Dash, they kind of neuter Dash's ability with Sensor Blind Spot, but all the other ships, the Ghost and the Upsilon, they don't have to worry about that. All right, so Dash will be shooting here. Only valid target is into the yellow V1, and so it won't be able to use Bistan. Rolls 3. Okay. So that is range 3. So we could see a damage go through already here. Although that's right, the Barons don't have a force either, so they are not as good as the Inquisitors. They don't have that force to help them on defense. Andrew doesn't have any mods, so this is definitely, it looks like there's a chance he takes 2 damage here. I think he's trying to figure out how to roll his dice. There we go. Okay, takes 2. So that is half points. That's what I expected to see there. If I were rolling the dice, I probably would have died. 2 shields go. Oh, sorry. That's 1 shield. If I do math, I can understand that. 2 of 8's 3 hits. 1 damage. Not 2. Come on, what am I doing? imagine decloak happening before you reveal your balance. Yeah, wow, ouch. I haven't heard anything bad yet. You just want chaos. You want all the chaos. Alright, so here's Luke. Luke fires that proton torpedo. That's into yellow. No range bonus because of the missile icon. Looks like Luke only gets... so ignore the target lock requirement with instinctive aim. Going to just cancel it. So munitions failsafe there allows Catherine to just cancel the dice results. Probably a good call because proton torpedoes are expensive. You don't want to be wasting torpedo shots. I think we can all agree on that one. Yeah, so speaking of Phantoms, I was fortunate enough, I don't know if you guys saw, I posted a picture with some friends. We played in the park a month ago now, maybe. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. I wasn't, I had just dealing with a lot of stuff in my life, and hadn't been, X-Wing wasn't the only thing on my mind, as contrary to the way it usually is, right? So I was like, I'm gonna just make a really silly Vader Whisper list, like, Vader with Supernatural and Afterburners, Fire Control, all this crap, and Whisper Stealth Device, Fifth Brother, Juke, and I was really excited because I haven't really played Whisper, and I rolled 6 straight blanks to start the 2 engagements with her, and she went up in flames. It was really frustrating. But that is the way things go. But that's just when you're flying Whisper and you don't get any sort of dice results, with anything, but especially Whisper, it extra feels bad, Yeah, instinctive aim and munitions failsafe, you can constantly cancel your attacks if you're rolling poorly. Looks like Merrick is in a bad spot, though. You will see Merrick is zoom in a little bit here, is on the debris right now, so he's gonna... That is bad for him. Probably see Oiken get up close. We could see Oiken blast forward. Maybe do a 3 forward, possibly. Try to set up just a really obnoxious box. Because again, Oiken still can attack at range 0. So, Ganger just doesn't care about that. And Dauntless is going to allow him to perform an action, even when bumped. If he somehow bumps in the future. But Merrick is the ship I'm really looking at. We could see Luke maybe try to torpedo Merrick, and that could be the end of him pretty quickly. Not going to have any tokens. I don't think the Decimator... Does the Decimator have a coordinate? It does have a red coordinate. But again, unfortunately, you can't coordinate a ship that's stressed, so that's not even an option anyway. Yeah, it is interesting you bring that up. How's it going, everybody? Be sure you guys vote in the poll that's going on right now. Betting is still open for a couple more minutes as well. But 1 or 2, 1 is for Andrew, 2 is for Catherine. Yeah, the Decimator is anything with 0 agility spooks me very much. I think the Ghost with Saw, Hera is really powerful, and it's more of a kamikaze style. Just get in there, take a ton of damage, just dish out incredible amounts of damage before you go. But it's a point sink, super expensive. Saw's expensive, so you have to. You're right. It's all about how do you conserve points and how do you get your time on target and maximize your damage output. And when you have a ship that is bleeding every time it gets shot and you can't really do anything about it, you have no agility. You don't always want to be reinforcing because reinforce doesn't give you really any mods unless you're Rack, but Rack only gets a single mod from that. Vader with the Force, like, you just have to think about all the things you need to put on a Decimator to make them viable enough to compete, and with Rack you need to put a lot. With Oiken, I don't know, you don't see Oiken played very much, so I guess that's all you need to know about Oiken. And the betting is closed. Okay, the poll will remain open though. put my face down here at the bottom. You guys can see me. Whoop, there I am. Hello, 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 hello. How's it going? Okay. I have to put myself over the overlay though, or else it's too dark. Here we go. Yep. So you see Andrew is definitely committing into getting real close. However, I'm surprised he decided to move the Baron first instead of Oiken, because Oiken is gonna, that might be a bump now. I'm not exactly sure, unless Oiken slow rolls it. Oh, double boost by accident, but it's gonna boost forward. I think take a focus. Let's go. Don't worry, guys. You guys will see at the top of the screen, there is no table flip option. There's no interface. It is all gone. I will not be able to possibly flip the table in any capacity this game. As much as I want to do it, I can't. I just can't do it. Can't do it this time. Yep, and there's Oiken. I think that was a 2 forward. It was a 2 forward. They got that arc facing front and back still, hasn't rotated it since. Debating on the action now. Oiken hasn't taken any damage yet, so he's just gonna take a focus. And my eyes are on Merrick. Like, what did Andrew do with Merrick? Is he needs to get away from that debris. Okay, I'd see a barrel roll here, or we are seeing a barrel roll. So Andrew is actually a new player to X-Wing. He hasn't been playing for even a full year yet, but we've played a lot together, and he's really, really gotten pretty good. It's been a lot of fun having, and I'm sure you guys with your local play groups, when you have a new player interested in X-Wing, it's one of the most exciting things to be able to take somebody in and to get them like assimilated with your play group culture and form that community. It's really exciting. It's a lot of fun, and Andrew's been a big part of our community and making it our small little group bigger. And all the guys that we play with here are great guys. They're awesome. Like to get, of course it's a co-ed community. We're not trying, it's not just all guys, but the reality is there's more guys that play X-Wing than girls, and hopefully that changes and we get a little bit more diversity. But when I was at Worlds, I saw a good amount of it, actually a surprising amount of it. So we'll see how hopefully X-Wing just continues to grow for everyone around the world. But 2020 has been bad for games, for board games rather. So I feel for FFG a little bit, even though they're a big company. It's tough. They're a big company in our minds, but they really are very small. They're like 50 employees, I think. Turbo T, I appreciate the follow. Thank you. I love seeing that little lightsaber animation come up. It's always fun. It's been a little while. All right, so Dash scooting by, and Luke. Ooh, Luke is did not get blocked. What did Luke do? Luke did a 3. Let's see. 3 bank. Okay. Interesting. Did not overlap the debris. Let's see. A little confused how Merrick was able to move over the debris. Okay. Wow, okay, so I guess Merrick didn't hit the debris. That's, wow, look how close that is. That's big for Andrew, getting that target lock out of the way. Not really gonna get shot at. Looks like Dash could take that shot. Dash is going to have a couple shots with the 2 focuses, and since Dash is first player, Catherine's going to secure that opportunity. '2020's been bad for games. 2020's been bad. Fix it. 2020's just bad. But was one thing that I've learned from you guys is that we don't really let things ruin everything. You know, we find ways to make it work and to have fun still, but to also be safe and smart about it. So yeah, I appreciate it. It's been good for me. I think all of our mental health has taken a little bit of a hit, being inside a lot more, and a lot of people dealing with job issues. It's just everything. We could, we're not going to really dive that deep into it because it's just a bummer. But it's nice to be here still. Because if that virus could get its way, we'd be doing absolutely nothing. Be sure you guys support your local businesses, support your local game store. Just stuff like that is really, really important. You don't want that stuff to close down for good. 17 Green Fire senses our presence. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys. We're approaching 200 followers, which is for a little stream, a little hobby stream of mine. That's exciting. I'm excited about it. All right, so we do have some attacks here. So this was dash. That is a lot of results there. That's 3 hits and a crit. Oh wait, no, it didn't roll yet. Okay. That was the second attack. So Awaken's shields are down. All 4 shields. And we're gonna update that. That was the first attack from dash. Second attack is gonna bleed a damage through. I believe that was onto. Oh wait, didn't roll yet. There. That's even worse. Completely blanks out. That's a dead Inquisitor right there. 3 damage. I think I was into yellow. I was into Merrick. Okay, so Merrick is at half already. I was talking about with Merrick. Well, Merrick is a tricky pilot to fly because he doesn't have the luxury of 2 actions like Vader. So when he chooses to take that target lock, he better be sure he's not going to get shot at, or if he is, it's like range 3 obstructed. Dash is seriously doing work. That combination has always been good. It's just always been a little too expensive. So. I've developed so many personalities and now I have way more friends. That's awesome. Have you created Facebook profiles for all those friends and like channeled their energy and their characteristics? Just become them, like split. Just say yes. It makes for just a much more even more fascinating tale. Okay, Merrick into Luke, range 2. So Luke does have 2 force. Probably, I think Andrew would expect to get a damage through. Not very adequate, though. Yeah, ooh, boy. Gonna spend the lock, I'd imagine. Yeah, just gonna peel off the lock. Alright, okay, that's better. So 2 hits. Catherine needs to roll blank here. Doesn't roll natural 2 evades, those natties. Thanks for the sub. Wow, thank you, appreciate it. Be bad AK. Thank you for your sub. The sub is the sub not working? It's a little zombie, I don't know why. Here, here's the regular animation for subs. I think Twitch Prime subs are a little weird. That's usually what happens, so yeah, I should be able to see that. But yeah, you are appreciated. You know what? I really, you know why I want subs? Because it lets me make another emote. That's literally the only reason, for me. I'm so close to being able to make another emote, so you are helping me get there. I have some good ones. Here, I have some good ones planned. Here's my day one-a-wanga. Good one. Here, if you allow me to take a moment to complain about Twitch. The way Twitch monetizes is really silly to me. Not for me personally, but for the viewers and when I'm watching Twitch streams. There's no way. Why would anybody It's like Andrew's taking another shot. I don't think that's going to go through. It's one hit there with the Baron and plenty of evades. What was I saying? Yeah, why would anybody want to spend like $20 to get an extra emote? Like, emotes, is that really the only thing? Like, if you sub, you get ad-free viewing anyway, no matter what tier. So subscribing at tier 3 just seems like way too... It's just a good way to support the streamer, and that, of course, is something that everybody... Like, if you want to sub, you're really doing it to support a stream. You're not doing it for an emote. Like, let's be real. But there should be better incentives, and I think the tier system is a little broken because of that. That's my rant, my mini rant. Yeah, there is no reason. It's really stupid. I think it's really stupid. $20 a month, like that's twice as much as Disney Plus, guys. Come on, it doesn't make sense. That's almost twice as much as Netflix. So, yeah. Yeah, if your partner, you get like 50 tier 1 emotes. Yeah. Yeah, you have to average 75 viewers, I think. Just hard, man, for X-Wing, you know. Like, we have a YouTube channel. If you guys, you know, I upload highlights in these games on the YouTube after. If that's something you're interested in, Exploration Point YouTube. But I haven't uploaded on YouTube in a little while. You know, it's not a full-time job for me. I can't afford to. I don't have the commitment to be able to be doing this like Dion. You know, Dion's awesome at what he does. This is something I want to do for fun, to get, you know, to form a little community. I take it seriously, but I can't be spending 60 hours a week doing it. You know, you have to do a cost-benefit analysis with stuff like this. Like, you know, if I put in all this time and effort, what do I get out of it? Like, do I get, you know, 500 followers? Do I get people subbing 10 times a stream or 20 times a stream? You know, you pop into big streams and people are subscribing every 5 seconds. It's just ridiculous. You know, Twitch is home to a few big boys, and then everyone else is just doing it for fun. So, yeah, 75 viewers over 30 days, and that's your average too. So, and for me, like, I don't want to just stream X-Wing. Like, I don't want to be a X-Wing only stream. Like, I enjoy being able to do a little bit more, like doing Fallen Order and stuff, because, like, you don't, and Battlefront 2, those are games that you don't see streamed a lot. And Empire Ward, like, those are fun games that, like, I think people would enjoy watching for an hour to 2 hours. Like, and I love X-Wing so much, but I just can't be doing X-Wing 5 times a week or whatever. Like, the ceiling is so low for X-Wing compared to, you know, being a board game channel or just a gaming channel in general, you know. So I'm like, maybe I'll just Star Wars in general and do X-Wing every week, every other week or whatever, and just keep doing that, but add stuff to it. Yeah, so sorry guys, the game, I'm kind of talking away from the game right now. I'm just filling time while they're planning. Catherine definitely, I think, is in the driver's seat. We could see her do a K turn with Luke, or a Talon roll, fire off another torpedo. He's got the force for the mods. I think Andrew's gonna try to chase Dash down, but I don't think Dash is gonna be. I don't think you can pin Dash. Speaking of my horrible skills of keeping up with the score here. Dash did lose his shields, so that is important. He does have 6 hull left, but all 4 shields are down. So Andrew was able to get a couple of shots in there, I think with Oiken and with Yellow, get some damage through. And did Andrew... No, Andrew did... Okay, so Red is actually the one that has 1 hull left. He had originally removed the shields for the wrong ship, so that's why that is incorrect. So I'm fixing that right now. Yellow has a shield down. And Merrick was the one. Merrick did not take damage, so that's an important note. So the points right now, Catherine is up 17 points because of the half points on the Baron, but not the half points on Merrick. Yeah, well, so far, Catherine's doing a good job using Dash. 6 hull left. I think we have another turn with him. I don't know how Andrew can get in on Dash. Although, again, guys, the 1 hard is blue for those V1s. So we could see something a little cheeky. Yeah, that's my thing. I can't work during the day because I have to make money. So I really, well, yeah, that's the thing, guys. Too. Yeah, I don't know how many of you guys are streaming consistently on here. But Twitch kind of holds your your gains from your streams hostage until you reach like $100, I think. And again, I'm not doing this for money, so I was happy to become an affiliate, and I'm obviously gonna put money back into the stream if I get any. I'm not asking for it or anything. I'm just here to, share games with you guys. But anyway, I digress a little bit. They hold your money hostage, so I have to get $100 worth of subscribers to cash out. So it's a little weird, and it's like even if you're doing fine, you're like you have to do really well to be able to get to that point where you get any of that money actually back. So I think that would definitely, for me, it upsets me as somebody that contributes to streams, to know that the money that you're contributing to the streamer, they're not even actually able to get like right away, or not to get it all. If it's a smaller stream, it might take a long time. So yeah, he's far closer, but I think that debris is important. Where that debris is by yellow, I don't think a one hard might scooch by. We can take a closer look here. No, one hard's definitely gonna land him back on that debris. So you're right, Dash is a little close, but yeah, and Andrew's just going straight. I think we're gonna see Catherine peel out, do a 2 or 3 bank, try to get some distance, take advantage of Bistan, try to line up 2 shots at the same time. Yeah, Patreon does make a lot more sense. And what I like about Patreon is if you have the means to incentivize your patrons, like what Dion does with his card packs and everything, it's perfect. It's a great transactional way to support your favorite content creators. For me, like I can't really afford to have a t-shirt store or anything like that right now. You have to grow your following to the point where you know that you would get more than just a couple patrons. You'd get dozen or 2 dozen patrons. And maybe at some point we'll get to the point. I'm obviously putting in all my effort into this. It's not like I'm lax, like I don't really care. It's just is it worth it again? Like starting a Patreon when you don't really have a big enough following isn't really going to do much for you. It's just something extra you have to start keeping track of. And is that worth it? Right now it's not, but we will see. We shall see. H shall see. But I agree, Patreon's pretty good. Yeah, I've only been paid out once from Twitch in 3 months, and you average I check in on your streams, man. By the way, you got a great stream. Yeah, you have 40-50 viewers. That's a lot. That's a lot for X-Wing, dude. All right, and then I'll hide the poll now. It's like you guys did just 1 vote over for Andrew, but Catherine's looking like and there she peeled out as I thought. Looks like that was a 2 bank maybe, or a 3 bank. What'd you do? It's a 3 bank. Boykin just slow rolled it up towards the middle. I think it's going to position himself to either go left or right next turn. I'm curious to see if Merrick maybe tries to sneak in on Luke. If Luke turns around, that could be interesting. But spending that lock last turn was a drag. You really wanted to keep that lock on Luke. $50-50 ratio. What do you mean by the 50-50 ratio? I think I know what you mean, but let's see. I think I'm going to start playing around. Redeem. Possible. This is impossible.
This is impossible.
It's a fun one to do. Whenever I like rage at any of the single player games. I just use that a lot. Get these glasses on for that UV, that UV protection, you know, it's important. All right, I'm going to hide my face real quick. I got to do some housekeeping here, but you'll hear my crazy voice, that phenomenal voice, your favorite voice. All right. So we did see, wow, we saw a Talon roll from Merrick. And Luke, wow, okay, Luke did a did a bank, and then looks like did a boost, did a linked action there, boosted with the foils closed. There we go. And now we're checking shots with Dash. So Dash does have 2 shots. So we have into Oiken and we have into Red. I don't think that Reinforce is going to work because it appears that Catherine is dissecting the halfway point of Oiken's base, which means that Reinforce does not work when that happens. You have to be completely in one side, front or back, closest points, to get that Reinforce token to work, to be effective. That first shot, gonna spend the focus. 2 hits and a crit. Oiken gets the 1 agility. Nothing. So we're seeing some more damage cards, and it's gonna be hit crit on Oiken. See what that crit is. It is a hull breach. Okay, not great. Not great, Bob. That should be another animation that I put in there. Not great, Bob. The second shot is going to be into Red. Red is almost dead. Red is almost dead. There is that second shot. That was 4 hits. It's going into, and that is going to be a dead. That is going to say Inquisitor. That's a dead Baron right there. So spends the evade for 2, takes 2 damage. Pop goes the Weasel. More points for Catherine, is now 34-0. There will be a couple of follow-up shots here, guys. We're going to see Oiken shoot into Luke as well as Merrick range 1 into Luke, but no mods for either of them. That noise. Taking pictures of my stream setup right now. Not much, but all right. So let's get a little interactive, guys, while we see this bloodbath ensue. So we'll wait for this shot to be over. Yep, unmodded. 3 dice gets nothing there, unfortunately, on Luke. Who'll be a tough shot to do damage with anyway. The V1 is in a tough spot as a chassis right now too. I mean, they're in a tougher spot when they don't have a force. Yeah. But they're going to be in hyperspace, so that's good. But what I was going to ask, because we have Oiken now shooting range 3, just barely, it looks like. No, range 2. Just clip the base range 2 there. Oiken's shot is going to be okay. We got hit crit there. 2 dice, and Catherine does roll a blank, so we do have a damage that goes through on Luke. Damage on Luke. What was for the points change? What was something that surprised you, and what was something that makes you excited for the next time you get on the table and the next time you play? What are like something that you look forward to taking advantage of, and what is something overall that just surprised you? For me, one of the biggest surprises was crack shot going up to 2 points. I think it was always something that we discussed, but didn't really think they would do. They did. That was surprising for me. But you guys let me know, what is something that you look forward to taking advantage of for your list, or maybe getting you into a new faction, and what was something that surprised you? Yeah, overall I do think it was pretty tame. There was nothing that really blew me away, but I think Republic didn't get any help. Republic used to be, I think, a lot more competitive. Now it's in a tricky spot. It's in a tricky spot. I want to hear from you. At 2 points, we simply won't see Crackshot anymore. Yeah, I don't think we will be seeing Crackshot much, if at all, anymore. Rest in peace, Crackshot. F for Crackshot. I'm excited to be able to run an E-Wing list that has not only proton torpedoes, but also elusive now with Wedge. It's so much fun. So. I wouldn't call it a filler. I mean, personally, I wouldn't call it a filler card, but I see what you mean. Like, I can't argue with you. I think it Crackshot has definitely made or broken some games. I couldn't speak for a second. But it's just tough to line up Bullseye. Typically, I think you see it as a filler card, like you mentioned, on lower initiative ships that don't line up Bullseye very much. Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of, when I use fire control system outside of the X1, I don't rely on it. Intimidation is hard to rely on. There are upgrades that you have on there because, hey, when it comes up, it's going to be nice. And, that could be filler, but it really depends. Either way, you want to be able to create opportunities in the game for yourself and take advantage, and I think Crackshot has always been a card that gives you potential opportunities to do something kind of nasty, or to get the points you need from something. Cool. They are setting dials. I think we might see Dash. Dash again can do could do something a little cheeky, like a one hard, or could just coast, do a bank. I'd like to see more relevant modification upgrades. Yeah, me too. I mean, we see hull upgrade a lot, and shield upgrade a decent amount, and afterburners, but we don't see a whole lot outside of that. Yep, I agree. Again, game pace of play a little slow. Overall it's been fine. Yeah, it could be a little bit better here. But also Andrew is still learning TTS a little bit, so I think he's just kind of getting it down. He's been doing a pretty good job overall. Yeah, no, I agree with everything you're saying. I agree with the interceptors, the mod slot in general. Yeah. Are you guys excited to have a fire spray for the Separatist and Tri-Fighters? Let me just say that it's going to be pretty nasty. It's going to make that faction quite nasty. So Awaken not doing much this turn. That's the thing, the Decimator, there's enough points, you gotta keep them in the fight, but it's tricky because you keep them in the fight and they get shot at all the time. Gotta mark hull breach here on Awaken though, before I forget. There it is. Okay. And looks like Catherine kind of parks on that debris there. Don't think Dash is going to be able to ignore that because it's only while you move. She's just double checking that right now. Yeah. I tried more in a key for the first time a couple months ago, and I had it was a randomly generated list from Yasby. It wasn't like I was trying to run a Morna-Key list, but she was fine actually. I thought she was adequate, but I did find myself their dial is actually kind of good in terms of just like their stress. In terms of sorry, I don't mean the dial's good, but the options it has is surprising considering the kind of ship it is. It's turns, but you know, once I got close, I started to get a little confused as to what I should be doing. I was like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing here. How do I not get bumped? How do I not fly off the board here? Yeah, it is hard to keep the decimator on target for sure. Oh, do it. Please tell me he did a one bank. What did he do? No, he did it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Whoa, okay. Hello. That's going to be a target lock there. He did a 2 bank there. Not going to be shot at by Dash either. That is big. But looks like Catherine was able to, while you move, you ignore obstacles. Yeah, so you continue to ignore them while you move, so she elected to do a barrel roll there and then take the stress. So she was still able to do that. So the target lock, where did the target lock go? It did go on Luke. That makes sense. That's a range 1 shot. You're going to have 4 dice with that mod, the reroll mod. Luke's checking targets. Does have Oiken in arc at range 3, just barely. You guys will see how close that was, just by about half an inch, if that, a couple centimeters. And we're definitely going to be seeing that instinctive aim torpedo shot go off now. Won't get any dice because of the torpedo. Here we go. So 4 dice, 2 hits. They're going to be both face up because to change 1 to a crit. So there's going to be, because of hull breach, everything is face up. So we're seeing 2 crits, and Andrew shouldn't be rolling any dice because I don't think is obstructed. Although it does have reinforced, so it's just going to be 1 face up damage card, and it is a structural damage. Doesn't mean anything. You gotta say LOL in the chat there. I believe now structural, the only way that would have an impact on Oiken is if it was range 3, +1, -1, I believe. Unless the negative effect, I think it's the positive, happens first. I have to double check the rules reference in a little while. It is thematic. I mean, and you look at the card especially. So here's Dash's shot now into yellow. So 2 hits. I think Andrew has a chance to get out of this. I don't. Did he take a focus up there? Oh. Gets roll 1 more. Nope, doesn't get the second evade. Ouchie. So that is half points on yellow. I definitely got to try Luke with instinctive aim. I just worry, like, my experience, I always like tend to need that target lock for my rerolls. But with munitions failsafe, you can bite the bullet. But how often do you want to cancel your attacks? That's why you don't see munitions failsafe used that much either. All right, so here's Merrick's shot into Luke. This could be important here. So far, so good. Oh my gosh. Another crit. Oh my goodness. There we go. Cool, so it's technically, it's hit at 3 crits because of the chassis ability with the X1, so that is seems good. So Catherine recovers her force. I don't think she's rolled yet. No, she did roll, so that was her result. So she gets 2 evades, 2 crits though. They're gonna go through. So it's a shield, and then Andrew gets to pick the crit. That was currently half points. Remember though that Catherine does have R5, but that does give Andrew 41 points as of now. Hold on. Hold on. Oh gosh. forgot to do Merrick's ability, which I believe is a... Yeah, is not a May, so that has to be resolved. Alright, shift 1. Structural, so Andrew gets to pick from 3 cards, is just what we're gonna make sure that they were doing that properly. Weapons failure, a direct hit, or a structural damage. Probably going to take the direct hit, I would imagine, just for the extra damage. Keep that half points on there for a turn. Yep, going to take the direct hit. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, I wouldn't interfere in a game if it was a May, because, of course, if you forget, it's just a missed opportunity. But that is, Merrick's ability has to happen. That is required, so just wanted to make sure that was done properly. So that is now 2 hull left on Luke instead of just the 1 with structural. Yeah. Structural is really good, but it can be flipped and then flipped again, or discarded after that. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of this ruler thing. You remember how to get rid of the ruler? I don't know what I did to play around with the settings real quick. Configuration, interface. Let's see, what do I need? Tools. Apply. There we go. Okay, we're back. Get rid of the tools. We're back to whatever that was. Okay, so it was a decent turn for Andrew. Got some points. You know, Catherine is ahead, but is able to land some damage that half points into Luke. Dash is in an interesting spot. Could probably bank down, clear the stress, line up that shot on Merrick. Gonna be tough for Andrew to get out of that. But if Andrew gets close, that's where he wants to be with Dash. You want to be at range 1 with Dash. Take away that extra die. Yeah, he really is not in a great spot. I don't know if too hard is going to be able to fit without hitting that debris. But he should have done a 1 bank. It would have been, I think, a lot preferable if he did something soft. I think Andrew, probably in hindsight, realizes that he didn't have any reason to go too fast, to go as fast as he did, but he did. So, you know, it's a part of the game. It happens. It happens. Yeah, too hard. Where does that put him? Does it put him out of position? Well, not like down, up the board. I don't know if it's too hard up the board would. I think it would fit. See where Luke goes, but if he does, then he fits over in this general area. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what he's gonna do. I'm not sure what the right choice is. Yeah, it's close. I'm not sure if it would fit up. And is it worth trying? Usually not. You're right. You don't want to take that chance, you know? Maybe bold me would do it, but I've learned to be less bold. Because typically it doesn't work out in your favor anyway. It's a bummer this whole time I wasn't recording. I'll just have to snatch the stream from Twitch and edit it. I've been forgetting to do that. What a shame. Shame. Does still have the lock on Luke. Yeah, and he hasn't taken any damage yet. So, you know, what worst case scenario, Dash gets range 1 on him, 3 dice, and he takes a damage or 2. Like, you know, he takes a shield. We'll see what he does. I really hope he doesn't just like... If he goes down the board, that's gonna be a bummer. Oiken is it's gonna be 2 turns before Oiken's doing anything. Although he could do it 1 hard, I think. That's red though. No, I think the Decimator is a white 1 hard. Oh my gosh, I think it's a white one. Let's see. No, it's red. Okay. It's not a white 1 hard. 13 minutes in the game, left in the game. Catherine's got a pretty good sized lead. What can Andrew do to pull ahead? The answer is half points on Dash. I think it's possible to nab Luke here, but I think Catherine's going to try to find a way to not get shot by Merrick. She is moving first, though, so she doesn't have that advanced information of being able to move second. Another thing is the Decimator looks like Oiken is not yet halved, so we could see Catherine try to get half on Oiken. We could see something like a 2-bank, try to fire that instinctive aim torpedo, but if Merrick gets behind her, he can take out Luke at the same time. Not having to spend that lock is a big deal, though. That was important for the last engagement there. Are they white? Oh, I thought I looked on Yasby a second ago and saw that it was red. Was I just looking at the wrong? It's red on Yasby for the Decimator. They're hard ones. Blues for the Inquisitors, or I mean the Red Barons, Baron of the Empire, Red Baron. That's not who that is. Alright, so Oiken did turn down the board. Try to get it back in a better position. What are the Chris's structural home reach? I remind myself of that. And he rotated his arc to the side. Let's try to get a shot. And there is Luke doing what I thought was possible. Try to get those half points. And Oiken's in a real bad spot. I don't think Oiken's going to be able to be rolling any dice for the rest of this game for as long as he's around. But that 2 hard does look not bad here. For Merrick, if he's not blocked by Dash. Dash could do something like a 1-bank, though. That definitely guarantees the block. The 2 hard and the 3 hard. Good call. That's called protecting your ships. That is good call there by Catherine to do that. And right on the debris there. I think that was a 3 hard he was trying to do there. Yep, I think that might seal it for Catherine. Just see if he takes a crit here. That would be kind of a drag. It doesn't. It's the stress. Not going to be shooting, though. It's another turn where Andrew's taking his ships out of engagements. And no shots, though, for Dash. So it's going to just be Luke and Oiken exchanging shots. Luna Guess, thank you for your follow. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. For those who have stuck with us so far, just a casual game, playing with some new points. Seen Dash do some serious work. Luke with instinctive aim has proven to be quite a good combination. Andrew's a little bit newer to TTS, I guess, and X-Wing in general, but he's been playing for a while now. Made a couple of mistakes, but it's also tough when you're using Inquisitors without force, or rather the V1s without a force, and Decimators are in a strange spot still in the game, so hasn't been an easy road with that list. But he has sunk some good damage into Luke and taken 4 shields off of Dash. So here's Luke's instinctive aim shot. I'm pretty sure that's going to be into Oiken. So that's the last torpedo now. Spends the force to make that 3 and a crit. And taking it all, that's definitely going to be half points. They're all face up. Everything is face up. Oh boy. Weapons failure. Oh man, yep. That's that Wickens is crashing and burning now. 3, 4. Weapons. So we got a weapons failure, a stunned pilot. Not really important. stunned pilot. And damage sensor ray, as well as a wounded pilot. So Awaken's dead, like pretty much gone. Let's see, how many damage cards is that? So he has 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should have 4 left. Yep, that's correct. Okay. F in the chat for Awaken, guys. Whoa. God. So, a shot back into Luke. It's going to be range 3 obstructed, looks like. Oh, it might be range 2. It is not. Oh my gosh. Just a crit. And barring something hideous here, should be just fine, just fine. So that instinctive aim torpedo shots proved to be very valuable. Catherine made that smart decision to, she's cancel her attacks that weren't viable, to keep those the investment of the proton torpedoes where they belong back for another shot. So she made them count, and Awaken is pretty much out of the fight now with all these crits. Not going to be having any actions, not going to be rolling really any dice on attack or defense. And Dash is poised to come and sweep up and finish off Awaken now, just doing maybe a 1 bank or a 2 bank, just not to get too close. Planning their dials. Yeah, I think we can all agree. I think Catherine's got this one. Okay. I think we're about ready to go here. It's probably going to be the last turn. I would think. What can Merrick do here? Merrick can. So Merrick needs to shoot. So I think you just do a hard turn. You accept the second stress token. You have the lock on Luke. I don't think Luke's going too fast. Yeah, I mean, if I was Andrew, I probably would have seen Catherine trying to block with Dash, because Dash is the only safe place for Dash to be is to be bumped with Merrick. So you do what you can to. Awaken 3 hard, yeah. I guess so. Awaken really. With 2 attack dice, that's not a bad move. I don't really know what a good move is though in that situation. All these crits and just Awaken's just not going to be lasting much longer anyway. No, it's one of those things where like I don't think you call it like the wrong decision. I just think that it wasn't. There are a couple of different ways you make decisions in this game. There's the decisions you make based on what you think your opponent's going to do. There's decisions you make based on where you want to be position-wise for your own engagements. And then there's getting in your head and just and not necessarily thinking about both. Like, where do I want to be, but where do I think I'm going to be? And I think Andrew just was thinking about where he was going to be for his engagement, didn't think about where Catherine was going to be. Yeah, I mean, Merrick didn't get shot, so hey, that could have been worse in that regard. But yeah, not being able to shoot and just as a one bank. Ugh, okay. So there, I would have done it too hard. I would have just bit the bullet. He still has a stress token, so rolling for the crit again almost takes it. No damage. Yeah. So now, Andrew, I think that was probably a mistake. I mean, yeah, because now he can't shoot again, and he's facing debris again. If they had a 1 hard, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but not turning there when he needed to is cost him the rest of the game with Merrick. Yeah, and that's something that I needed to. It took a while to learn playing Fen and Boba a lot before the standard Boba Fen list got really, really big. I would refuse to disengage. I would refuse to be cagey. I would just do what I needed to get close. And so many times it was the worst possible decision to do that. You got to know when to be conservative. You got to know when you think your opponent's going to get in close or be aggressive, and when you think they're going to try to run away. Like, if for example, if you're playing against Jedi, most people aren't willing to just throw their Jedi caution to the wind and just get shot at a lot. They're typically going to be very dodgy. Okay, so that shot from Dash is into yellow. Looks like just rolled 1 hit. Not great. Two evades. That's a much better shot from Dash. That's 4 hits. That was into Oiken. That's 3 more crits. No, who was that into? No, that was into yellow. Okay. So Oiken just took way more damage then, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What was that shot into? First shot was into somebody. Don't really know what happened there. But oops, yellow is going to take a damage then. No damage card. Already was at half points. Checking for Merrick, even though we know he's not got nobody. Oh. There we go. Yellow into Dash range 3 just has him in range. Again, Merrick really could have used shooting into Luke there. That was tough. And that is time. Time in the round. So this is it. Oiken took 1. Thanks, Catherine. Appreciate it. Okay. Dude. Cool. And plenty. Alright. Okay, that is the game. A little bit of a bloodbath there, that last half of the game. So let's close the betting. Betting. Where is it? Aha. We'll just do close betting, pick a winner. Boom. Complete. Okay. Let's hop on over.
Awesome.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Wow, what a bloodbath that was. I'm feeling the pain. I'm feeling like I just had a heart attack watching Awaken take all that damage.
Yeah.
It's painful.
Yeah.
All right.
A little bit.
Sad I didn't get to finish him off a little bit.
Oh,
but
that's
you
time.
missed that last attack. It was 3 blinks and 1 eyeball. So I only got 1 in.
Oh man.
Yeah, so sorry guys, I'm doing a couple of things real quick. Switch
that's all
over
good.
to. Yeah, so I guess let's just go back to the first turn. So real quick. So Andrew, you had everybody in a formation, kind of going down the side of the board, which I think totally made sense.
Yeah.
Kind of made Catherine have to re-engage and kind of run away and re-engage and turn back in. But then it started to get a little wonky when I think you ended up banking one of the Inquisitors facing the bottom of the board, and then you had to barrel roll them or something. So you kind of lost your formation there. I think it made it a little bit more challenging for the rest of the game to line everything else up again.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is true, if that's how you feel or not.
No, yeah, that was definitely true. I was thinking maybe if I went out towards the edge of the board and tried to like come back in and re-engage, if that would have been better. I didn't expect my red and yellow baron to be in range of shots when I made that call. So them being in range really went downhill. I thought I had enough space to maneuver.
Yeah,
and that's really what caught me up.
I got you.
And then making the choice of having like Merrick chase Luke. And just wasn't able to turn Merrick around. That was a really good block on Catherine's part.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was something that I was thinking about is like, we're probably going to see you try to turn in because you had the lock on Luke. You were able to get a couple of damage.
Yeah.
And sorry to interrupt your game with the whole thing with Merrick. I realized it was a must, so I just, for the sake of formality, just throwing the damage.
I always forget about Merrick's ability.
Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder.
One of those things. No worries. It's something that I think, as we talked about earlier, that doesn't seem to come up very often. So it's easy to forget. It's very easy.
Yeah.
I would talk about also just how the Decimators are kind of just such an interesting, but I think sometimes frustrating and challenging ship to fly, just because their dial's fine, their action bar's fine, but having 0 agility, but also trying to stay in the game and shooting every turn, it makes it hard for them to not bleed fast, but also to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, definitely. And this list too, like I was really kind of picturing it against like more ships. And I think it was geared toward, because what I want is Okun to be a blocker. Like I want him to kind of just shoot in the middle and stop a bunch of ships. I had to kind of change my game plan a little bit just with Catherine's like build and dash, like not caring about obstacles.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That really like stopped what I'm trying to do, because it makes it a lot harder to do any sort of blocking maneuvers with it as well. Right. So I was thinking of using it as kind of just a gunboat and a damage soak. What I think though I want to do is I'm not too wild about the missiles on the Inquisitors. Yeah,
those didn't come up at all.
You didn't use them. I think they're worth 5 or 6 points, right?
And I was never in a that's so together it's 6 because they're 3 points each. So I have 8 points of buyback, like if I take off the ruthless and the missiles. And
if I could be so bold to say that I just don't think that that's the pilots that you want for that chassis.
No.
You having that force mod is so crucial in keeping them taking no damage or taking a much less. It mitigates so much damage.
Yeah.
Just missing that is I think is something that's really hard to get over, because everyone only ever plays the Grand Inquisitor or the Inquisitors. I think I want to take those 2 and maybe go like an ace and maybe an academy pilot.
If I was flying Barons, I would just drop the Ruthless and Fire Control and swap the Ions to homing, and just spam out that free damage.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Like the cheapest homing missile spam you can get, possibly.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Catherine, let's talk about instinctive aim.
Yeah.
And Luke and munitions failsafe, because that came up.
Yeah,
several times.
You saw the initial torpedo. I had 1 hit, 1 focus, and 2 blanks. I didn't have a target lock. I knew I was only going to get 2 against a ship with 3 agility. Like, yeah, I don't like this shot. No need to waste it. Let me just use my munitions failsafe. That's exactly what it's there for.
Yeah, that was the first time I've seen that.
in case I'm taking those instinctive aim shots where I don't have full mods. I may just bail out on it.
It just works so well with Luke too, because Luke's getting his force back anyway. Like, you don't mind spending the force to do the instinctive aim, but if he's getting shot at,
Exactly.
you get it back right away anyway. I
Exactly.
mean, that's the card is Luke on the card. It's like it's kind of Luke's thing. It's not for Vader, it's for Luke.
Exactly.
And proton torpedoes, as somebody that has used them all the time, they can be so exciting and so influential in your game. But when you roll that horrible roll, and that's like 7 points of a roll that you can't get back. Having munitions failsafe,
Exactly.
being willing to cancel your attack just once. A lot of people don't use munitions failsafe because they're like, oh, I don't even get to reroll my dice. I just have to cancel it. They don't want to cancel their attacks. But would you rather just throw 7 points away, or would you rather try again later?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely try again later, and both the other 2 torpedoes were worthwhile. So
Right.
Yeah, no, that was great.
Yeah. And I guess one more thing to bring up too, just talking about things that did or didn't happen in the game. With Oiken, with Intimidation and Dauntless and Oiken's ability, where was the opportunity, or rather, where do you think what were you trying to do to try to make it so that you could block and line up the block? Because Oiken's moving so early, you can set that up, but it's not always easy with only 2 ships that move pretty well independently of each other. So were you trying to set up a block in the middle there when you were going up the middle of the board? Or
That first one, yeah, because I thought I would have caught Luke in the block, and that was the one that Catherine narrowly was able to do the 1 bank away.
3 bank right
Or
through.
it was 3 bank. That was right.
Yeah,
It was the 3
good
bank.
call.
Yeah, and I
And
thought
I moved
I
away.
thought I got that pinned.
Yeah, no, that was a good call. I was to what you did there with Luke was definitely a good call. And then you almost had Luke there. We got him down to half points, the 2 damage left, but you decided to do a 1 bank instead of a 2 hard, which I feel like probably you want the shot, right? You want to try to get Luke off the board there for the points. Yeah, so where you ended up
stressed on that time too.
But it's right, so you would have been double
been.
stressed, but with the time left in the game, the fact that you have the lock on Luke, you would have been at range 3, and you need to get a shot off. That was probably the better move, because then Merrick was just kind of stuck not being able to shoot that turn.
Yeah,
just something to think
also,
about, I think. Yeah.
I also completely forgot about time.
Yeah, it's an easy thing to forget about. Time goes by fast, so especially when you're playing. For me, I have all this time to be able to look at that and talk about it, but you guys are just in the middle of the game, so yeah, it's just something to think about. I think there's definitely opportunity to play around with the list. Like the Decimator, I think is interesting. There's a lot of interesting synergy I think you're trying to go for. It's just probably a better way to be able to utilize your points. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just a hypothesis I had. No, this was great.
Yeah, and it's been a while, so we're not playing X-Wing all the time right now, so it's not like you've been practicing this list or you've even tried it before or whatever.
No, this is my first time flying Decimators, my first time trying this list, so I'm
getting a suggestion in the chat. Again, I would pair the Decimators with Bombers. That's interesting. Maybe try the Scimitars or something.
I did think about that. Because I think that would also that's pretty good for the blocking strategy too. If you're just trying to block, and then this is a hyperspace list as well that I'm running, even though we are playing extended.
Gotcha.
But I do like Decimators and Bombers. I think that's really solid, because you could run that as like a torpedo list or as like a block and bomb. I think presents some pretty interesting synergies.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I'd be happy to get some games that we can play around with some new lists with all these points. Dash did a great job too, by the way. We got to talk about Dash.
Yeah, Dash
doing what Bistan and Dash do, but at a cheaper price. So
lots of solid shots there. I used to fly tons of Dash in first edition. Love Dash. So yeah, as soon as I saw the points drop, I was eager to get them on the board again.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was effective for sure. Sorry, Andrew, I interrupted you. What were you about to say?
Oh no, I was going to say no. Dash was fantastic. It's great flight. Yeah. The one thing I was going to say before too, I was curious on for versatility. Nah, I'll talk about it later. I was wondering if I made if I could turn Captain Oikun into a coordination ship in the event that blocking strategy doesn't work. But I think that's better used elsewhere.
Red coordinate is it's fine, but
it's fine.
Decimator's not getting mods is exceptionally horrible.
Yeah,
it's really bad. Yeah, it's just
the second I said it, I was like, yeah, no,
it's fine. I'm not trying to like
mods.
Crap on that idea or anything. It's just the Lambda shuttle. I think is something you can look at for a much cheaper price that is effective with its attacks, but also gives you that coordinate and everything.
Exactly.
Psi is interesting. So, yeah, awesome guys. It's been great being able to catch up with you guys, watching you guys play, getting some X-Wing and Andrew. It's been a while. We'll definitely need to play together at some point too.
Absolutely. No, this was a lot of fun. So thanks so much, Catherine.
Thanks, Catherine. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you for the game.
Yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Yeah, anytime, man. We'll do it again soon. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone. Catherine, Andrew, I will we'll do this again soon.
Sounds great.
Be sure to watch those wrist rockets.
Indeed. 312 out.
Peace.